Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Friday Night Fights. Introducing your fighter, Paint with Josh, coming in with 3 years of experience. I don't know how long I can keep that going, really. What's happening, guys? All right, I gotta figure out where can we stand so you guys can see all my double chins and imperfections. All we're doing is just priming the canvas with our liquid white, and all that does is just make it nice and slick, so we can rock and roll. And if this is your first time watching Paint with Josh, let us know in the comments and tap that screen on Facebook 1,000 times. Open up the screen, you see all the little emojis down around the bottom. Tap, 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 tap. Every time I show you something cool or we make you laugh or we do something, tap the screen. That just tells Facebook that this video is pretty cool and it should send it out to more people. And then on YouTube, make sure you guys right? Like the video on YouTube. As long as you got your little thumbs up lit, leave me a comment if you want. We love responding. I try to respond to everybody, so don't feel like, oh man, I'm not gonna write it, because these creators, they never write back. You know what I mean? I try to write back. So, gonna wash off our brush here and get started. So, tell us where you're watching from, what time it is where you are. What would you rather be doing than watching Paint with Josh? You're like, oh, there's nothing on but Paint with Josh, so I guess we'll watch that. Yeah, we'll just watch him. That's fine. That's fine, guys.
Roberta said hello, and
Roberta
said good evening from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, cheeseheads.
Cheeseheads.
They like cheese over in Wisconsin, let me tell you.
What do you say? Like,
they love the cheese.
such a random...
Again, if this is your first time watching, tell us where you're from, tell us what time it is. And if not, if you watch us all the time, tell us how often you watch. Oh, I watch every Sunday, or I try to catch every Friday, or, I love when you put that video out every Wednesday because that's my day off and I get to paint and blah, blah, blah. Just let us know. Let us know what you're doing. And again, if you're watching on Facebook, remember to tap the screen. And you can also send stars. We are trying to get a new iPad. So we have a goal that we're trying to reach. It is a crazy high goal, so I don't expect to ever reach it in one video. But if you have any stars, any amount of stars will help go towards that goal. And then we'll have to just go live and go down to the store and just get one and show everybody, like, look what you guys helped get. Okay, we'll go through our colors today. Dark Sienna, Sap Green, Phthalo Green, Phthalo Blue, the lighter color of the blues, Alizarin Crimson, Midnight Black, Titanium White, Cad Yellow, and the Runny Bright Red. Don't know why it's so runny right now. That's what happens when you don't mix up your tubes. Ooh, I didn't mix up a tube.
Okay, Roberta sent 50 stars.
Oh, thank you, Roberta.
Kathy sent 50 stars.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Someone said watching from Prineville, Oregon.
Okay, Oregon, awesome. We
Roberta
love
said,
Oregon.
11:10 here, watching whenever I can. And
That's
then,
amazing.
Oh,
Whoops, almost fell.
someone sent 100 stars.
Oh, thank you so much. Who's the someone? Let's see if I can see.
Cheryl.
Cheryl? Yeah, it looks like Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl.
There's an elephant.
All right, let's go.
I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Yes, Bailey's only 10, and she's here reading the comments because London's at work. And this is your first time watching. You're like, who's Bailey? Who's London? They're my family. Bailey's my 10-year-old daughter. London's my beautiful wife. And you'll hear her gorgeous voice, her gorgeous British voice on Sunday. Let's see, when we do our Seascapes Season 2, Episode 2. It's going to be awesome. I don't even know what we're going to paint. We're going to make it up. Okay, we've gone into our Cad Yellow. I can always forget the name of this paint, and I don't know why.
Roberta...
You know what we need to do? We need to move the Facebook camera, the YouTube camera.
Roberta said, hi, baby.
Why does it look so strange? I'm sorry, guys. I got to make sure you guys have a good video to watch. So I've got to move the camera, and I can only see where I am on 2 different devices. And of course, they're flip-flopped.
You're good on
No, see, because I'm standing too much in front of the camera. Like, if I'm here and I got my palette, you're not going to be able to see anything that's over here. You know what I mean? So we need to move that just a little bit.
Okay.
Hang on. Let's go.
That's what you need to do, and I'm going to read more comments. Someone on YouTube said hello, I'm painting too, and then sent,
there we go. And then we're gonna zoom in once we get a good amount of detail going, then we're gonna zoom in and show you guys all the details, okay?
Ooh! Someone sent 500 30 stars.
Holy cow, who's that someone? You gotta tell me a name so we can tell them. A little bit of cat yellow. I'll show you, we have the Bob Ross liquid white on our canvas. Okay, now we're ready to go. Okay, go ahead, Bailey. Oh my goodness.
M-A-R.
Oh, it's Maria. It's our good friend Maria.
Okay.
Maria. Is that a song? Or am I just making a fool of myself? Either way. I'm probably making a fool of myself either which way. Okay, let's do a little bit up here, right? With that liquid white that's on the canvas, you can blend it until, you can stretch it across the whole canvas from right here. We don't want to do that too badly on this one though. I want to have just a little, we're going to come around here in red. Right, and that'll make this gorgeous orange color by the time we get done. And look how it goes from deep red and it starts turning lighter and lighter and lighter. And if we want to keep it very vibrant, we've got to come back in and add some more color. Right, I don't want big giant globs of paint up there. And what Bailey, what was I going to do? I had an idea.
Sunset.
Yeah, that was the idea, right? But Dad had an idea about where I wanted to go. Oh shoot! See, now I'm really gonna have to make it up, off the cuff, off the top of the old noggin. Okay.
Okay, so
maybe it'll come back to me. What was the idea, Josh?
Sherry said it's good Bales because I think I said.
Her name wrong. Did she call you Bales?
Yeah.
That's what I call Bailey. How dare you?
B-A-I-L-S.
Yep, Bales. Okay, we're taking our crimson.
My aunt called me the same thing. It's fine.
Coming up in there. You see again how it starts to immediately get less and less and less crimson-y. So we're going to come back in.
Sam said train track.
Train track.
Sherry said remember everyone to hit that button. Everyone's spamming that button right now.
Thank you for spamming. We need some spam in our life. Spam that button. Just smash, like button mash or smash or whatever it's called. Just button it to death, right?
Mary said, no.
You got to finish your sides too. Come on, it takes like 2 seconds. Go ahead and finish it around where you have your color. It's very easy to do. This is getting too hard. I don't know if you guys can see, I keep pulling out bits of blue. I keep pulling out bits of black. It's not really intended. So let's get some actual crimson down here. There we go. We might have the color we want now. Hey, there it is. It really doesn't much matter though, because we're going to end up mixing with blue and black around the top anyway, which is why I didn't freak out when it initially went up there. Okay, and again, we don't want to let it go too far, but I don't want to let it get too bright either. So we got to continue to add paint until it's as nice and vibrant as I'd like it to be.
Someone sent the first 100
so we're pulling this back.
Stars and another 50 stars.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. So now we're going to come into the blue.
Right now we're at 930 stars.
Man, that's $9.30. You guys are killing it.
We've only been online for 7 minutes.
For 7 minutes? You're blowing Bailey's mind, guys. Keep going, because Bailey's mind is hard to blow. I try to teach her cool stuff all the time. She's like, yeah, whatever, Dad. Dad. Sure, you know everything, Dad. You're right.
Yeah, because you are.
You are? Yeah, dang right I am. Because I know. And I know you. So if you guys are blowing Bailey's mind, that's crazy to me because it's hard to blow her mind. Unless you're talking about like BTS or whatever lame
I don't like BTS.
Band you're into. Like Meghan Trainor or something.
No.
We're going to talk about Meghan Trainor, Bailey will listen to you all day. What, you don't like Meghan Trainor?
I like Drake.
It's a first out here. Give me one Drake song. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we won't talk about this anymore.
I forgot the name of it, but I like listening to it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. There's a couple Drake songs I like. Bailey's all gangster.
I'm not gangster.
All right, let's go back up into our blue.
It's highlight something. I don't know. Sherry said, I always tap the entire time.
You're amazing, Sherry. Thank you for doing that.
Gotta go, battery dying. Have
no worries.
A great night.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. All right, get a little bit on our edges, on the top. Did we do the top over here? I think we did. Pull down from here, and then I wonder why I go on Sunday and I'm trying to put my liquid white on. It keeps turning blue. No duh, Josh. You keep smashing the blue onto your bit of your easel. It's like gray and now blue because we're using blue. You see, I'm trying to pull it in. I never want to come in here with a big bit of color on my brush and dab into that and go this way. That's gonna leave this giant, straight, 2-inch fat piece of blue right in my sky that I'm then gonna have to work harder and harder and harder at to make go away. So always come in from the edges, and that way you can literally pull your hand away once it's gotten to that perfect spot. See what I mean? And that perfect amount of blending color that you want in there. That's again why I love these oils so much. And it may be because I just don't know how to use acrylics, but I don't know, I just love the way that we can get them to move. All that movement and just you blend it into these colors that you didn't even think you could make to begin with. So, but we do need to get a little bit darker up there. So we're gonna get a little bit of black, and I'm talking about a little bit, right? Not an entire lot of black. Kind of throw it up into our top areas, because I like the corners to be a little bit darker. It just makes, especially with this, it's gonna make everything focus into that bright area. So then maybe we could chuck a giant tree through that bright area. And everybody like, no, don't do it, Josh.
Okay.
That's how we roll, Paint with Josh. We chuck giant trees.
Pete said, dude, that guy is dope.
Dude, you just wait. Just 2 more minutes. Give me 2 minutes, I'll blend it out and it'll be even doper than you think it is now.
John said, I like it already, fits my target mood.
Excellent.
Roberta said, send those stars for Josh.
Send them, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Roberta.
Yes, Roberta, you are the best. She's a super squad 5-star general, okay? I've kind of given, so I have a YouTube membership. If you guys are watching on Facebook, you can always go over to YouTube. We're literally simulcasting the same video on YouTube, just from like 2 feet to the side, right? Just a slightly different angle. But yeah, I have a membership channel on YouTube called The Super Squad, right? And you can join my Super Squad and pay the $7.99 a month for the channel, and you get access to all these class videos, like 16, 17 class videos now. Thank you. So my professional zoomed in. Every time we come up to touch the brush, the camera comes in to full screen, and you see everything I'm doing. And they're very helpful for the beginner painter who's, you could literally start at number 1. If you've never painted before, we do a black and white, and then we kind of do a blue sky, and then we move into sunsets and go further and further. So I don't want to harp on it too much. The Super Squad is awesome. And because Roberta's one of the longest time Super Squad members, I've made her a 5-star general. So
Roberta
back
is
to
so happy.
circling back. Right. What'd you say?
Roberta's so happy that she sent another 100 stars.
Roberta! My 5-star, right? And my Super Squad goes out and tells everyone else that I can't reach how cool we are. And they go, oh man, like they see somebody in the group go, oh, I wish, does anybody know somebody who does a tutorial about this, something or other? And they go, oh, you should check out Paint with Josh. He's awesome, this, that, and the other. And I appreciate that because I can't always get to everybody as fast as I'd like to. And you guys are out there at different times. And it's really helpful when you help promote the channel. So thank you, Super Squad members. And if you want to join the Super Squad, go to youtube.com/paintwithjosh/join. And that will take you over there. You pay YouTube right through YouTube. And then they pay me, so you don't have to worry about it.
One of the comments. Roberta said, thanks, Josh. Chris sent 100 stars.
Chris Doucette.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is my dude.
Ray said, hold on. He said, looks like the painting next to it. Oh, that one. That one right there. That one.
Well, sort of. It'll end up looking different. Especially when we throw a giant tree in. I'm still trying to decide what the scene is going to look like. But we'll figure it out as we go, I guess.
Ray said, he said after that comment, a little water helps lighten.
Oh, for acrylics and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I'm just not good with it. I don't know why. Okay, we're gonna come up here into our yellow. Look at this. You remember these crisscross strokes that Bob was talking about? He said it for a reason, right? We're literally pulling some color out, like the yellow out, pulling the red in. Yellow out, red in, all over the place, right? We're blending the lines so it becomes this nice soft little edge, right? And the more and more we go, the more and more it's going to blend and blend and blend and blend. Look at that. Now once we've come out here into our darker colors, I don't want to go back into the yellow or the bright red because that's just going to dull them all, right? Especially if we go from blue to yellow, we're gonna go green. So we're gonna make a nice, soft, and as many times as you want to, with as much pressure as you want, right? If you really wanna pull it in and shape that blue and have it come into the sky in different places, just give it a little bit more pressure. But remember, don't come too far. Don't. You're not going to appreciate it if you come down too far. Right? What if we do this? Like, I don't know. Just because. Just it'll add a little bit of coolness. Right? Now that I've gone back and touched all that dirtiness, I want to come in here, get that hair out of my way with a new, not a new, but a clean, dry brush, and really just soften this a bit more.
Okay, so
You can work at it and work at it and work at it.
Bob had something, like a whole big paragraph, so I'm just gonna read it out loud.
Okay, read it out loud.
He said, definitely glad I started watching. Been oil painting for about a year now.
That's awesome.
Bob Ross is a whole part of my childhood.
Yeah, you're lucky, but sorry, you're lucky because I never got to watch him. Go ahead, Bailey. Bob Ross, the whole part of my childhood, and
I finally started painting at 34, and I wish I would have started sooner.
yeah,
I love
right.
your videos, Josh.
Thank you.
Aww.
Look at that. It looks like Pac-Man. It looks like Pac-Man about to eat something. Oh, I'm 37. Am I 37? What's that? Am I 37? I think I'm 37.
Oh,
I started when I was 34. So yeah, 3 years, you're gonna be where I'm at. I'll be watching your videos. It's actually, that's probably not true. Not that it's you, I don't watch anyone's videos but my own. How vain is that? And you wanna know there's a reason. It's not because I'm in love with myself, because as you can see, I'm not the prettiest guy and the best thing to look at, right? So.
You are in my world.
Oh, well, you're so sweet, Bailey. It's so sweet of you.
I feel so bad
What?
because Harry, he had something to say, but it's in Spanish.
Well, it's okay.
We were just talking about Spanish.
We appreciate your comment anyway. Bailey was just talking about she was trying to learn Spanish, but not so she could just read comments. And dang, see, I knew if I went too long, I was going to forget what I was talking about. And that's exactly what happened.
You were gonna do a train track.
No, not what I was going to paint, what I was just about to say. And then you interrupted me with that thing, with the comment, and now I've completely forgotten what I was going to say, and it was really good. So I'm sorry.
Were you gonna say something about the Super Squad?
No, we already talked about that. Oh, speaking of talking about something, thank you for reminding me, Bailey. We have the raffle going on next, in like 2 days, on Sunday. Okay, we have the raffle. So go to my website, paintwithjosh.com. It costs $1 to buy a raffle ticket. Most people buy, I don't know, 5, 10, 20, however many you want. It's an unlimited entry, and we're going to literally pull a name out of a giant, the hat keeps getting bigger and bigger. We're going to pull a name out of a hat, and they get a choice between one of 3 paintings, either this beach painting over here, this painting up here, or the fisherman shack down here. It's kind of behind the easel. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, it's sort of. It's got a very bright sky. It's gorgeous.
Oh, Roberta said Josh is really good.
Thank you, Roberta.
He's really good at painting.
Thank you.
Okay, raffle.
Yeah, you're killing me, Bailey.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, go on paintwithjosh.com. You can go buy a raffle ticket. We're gonna pull names out of the hat at the end of the live show on Sunday, and literally send one of these, your choice of one of these 3 paintings, and it's gonna be fantastic. We haven't done a raffle in a long time. And one of the fans came and they were like, what would be a good idea if you did like a giveaway or like a raffle? And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I've actually done like 7 of them until we started getting so much crap from people that we had to stop doing them. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. They kept calling it was like a shameless money grab to do a raffle. I was like, some people are on a budget. They only have so much, and if they want one of the paintings, throwing $10 into your, into a hat, it seems like a good deal to me. I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I the crazy one? Am I the crazy one?
You're not the crazy one.
Right.
You're the crazy one. Is them watching?
All right. That one's dry enough. If you hear the dabbing over here, I like to hit my brush on a paper towel. Right? So, yeah, you guys, okay, both cameras can see. Good. So pretend that the easel right here is my flat top table that we got everything standing on, right? And then I take the edge and I bend it over the table and tape it down. And that way I've got a place where I can really look at how deep you can get into the brush. And look, there's still color coming off, right? That's why my brushes have this tint, because I never get it all out. I'm very bad at it. But I paint all the time anyway, so it's not like my brushes are gonna go dry. But in any case, but yeah, this is how we do it. And then, like, you can see how much moisture is still inside the bristles. You never want to get it all out because you do need some of that thinner in there. It helps the paints blend, and you know, it's a good thing to have. You just don't want to have too much, right? You don't want to come out of your thinner and shake it off, beat the devil out of it, and then come up here straight. And, you know, just start pulling stuff in different directions. Not what you want. All right, let's throw some clouds in. We could do like I love that cloud that we did in that seascape on Sunday. Sunday Seascapes episode 2, or it was episode 1, sorry. Season 2, episode 1. It was like fingers that came out. It was really cool. What do you think we should do, Bailey? This would be a really neat seascape too, guys, if we did a seascape. Let's let the fans decide. Do you guys want to see a wave or a seascape or, you know, anything nautical, right? Or do you want to see like a crazy mountain scene? Or do you want to see, I don't know, a barn scene, right? We could do a smaller version of that barn scene and really fix how we did the barn last time. What do you guys want to see? You tell me.
Roberta said great idea. But it was before.
What's the great idea? Oh, the raffle. She's probably talking about the raffle. Yeah. The raffle is a great idea. All right, I'm going to work on the sky while you guys decide what we're going to do. But it's sort of helpful if you tell me before, you know, I get down too far, okay? So let's see the comments start rolling in. On YouTube, too, okay? See the comments come in. And Facebook, you guys better be button mashing that screen, right? Better do it. What else do we need to talk about, Bailey? I always forget.
Gina said lake pier. Sam said train track. Gina said boat. They're like fighting.
Good. Fight in the comments. Just nice words, guys.
Sam's just like spamming train track right now. Like, train track.
All right, knock it off, Sam. I have to go back and reply to every one of those comments that say train track. You're like, okay. Sorry I didn't do it. I don't know. It's a train. I mean, we'll see. If we do like a flat scene of just trees, right? It depends on how everything pulls out when would work. But, oh, it's bedtime. All right, end the show. Bye, guys. Just, can you imagine if I did that? Just be bland with all that thick paint in like the crack of my eye. That would be horrible.
Stu said cityscape.
Cityscape. That's a good idea, Stu.
Sam said, then paint train tracks. Roberta said mountain lake with boat dock.
Mountain lake with a boat dock.
Yeah.
A boat dock.
Like, you know what a boat dock looks like?
I know what a dock looks like.
Okay.
We could throw a dock right off like that, right? And have it come back at us, right? Like this, so our poles would get taller. And then we throw a mountain off in the distance?
Yeah.
With like some very far out, like super small, not even the hash mark trees. The ones where we just kind of touch and then just flick up a little bit. Super small, far away.
And Sam said, and a train track.
And a train track through the water.
Gina said
Sam,
yes.
like, okay, so look, Sam, if I were going to paint a train track, right, I would think about it like if I had my yardstick, right, probably coming out at you, and I would look at that line and go, okay, it's going to start, they're both going to start close together, so I'd make a line out to the side, and then the other one I'd make a line out, you know, and just kind of do it perspectively that way. Of course, they can't be like this. It's hard to even pick a scene where, you know, the train tracks, they would be from over here, I would imagine. And they would start off small. This one would be pretty horizontal, but this one would come down a little bit so you could start seeing the beams in between. But then you couldn't see the beams, but we're not going to paint a train track. Even though it sounds like a great idea.
Oh, wait.
Eventually, one of these days, Sam, I swear, one of these days we're going to paint a train track. I promise.
I'm sorry, Bob. I'm not mad at you. I didn't know that the cap locks were on. He said sorry for the long comments.
Oh, no worries. And you replied in all caps?
Yeah. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I just said.
She's like, it's okay.
I said it's okay. Don't feel bad. But he did say.
Everyone's just unsubscribing because Bailey is yelling at them in the comments. Horrible.
Bob said though, how do you feel about gambling? Yeah,
Gamblin 1980.
oil paint.
Oil paints. I love
I know
Gamblin.
everyone has their perspective. I think it's perspectives. No,
Preferences, but I switched between Bob's and Gamblin. I wanted to try Winsor & Newton. What's your opinion? Just curious. So my white is Winsor & Newton only because it's widely available down at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And when I really need a new tube, of course I go through white and these four colors right here I go through the most, like that, you know what I mean? So I've got to be able to either order more of these or go pick them up. And I love Winsor. It's on the same par as Gamblin, and the Van Gogh I hear is very good as well. The Van Gogh thick paints, you know, the same as Bob's. Everybody's got their own opinion about Bob's paints, but let's see. I like using, you know, I got a whole big case. I still have a ton, and the only thing I've gone through is the white, and so I keep going to Winsor to get more. Why don't we do like, it's almost too pretty to do anything, really. I don't even know which color I want to start with. So I've mixed up a little bit of this orangish red. It's like yellow red on different sides of the brush, you can see. And that way when we should we start down here and work our way up, or should we start up and work our way down is the question. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Big old cursive writing. Here we go.
Okay, a lot more comments.
Okay.
Stu said cityscape with train track, and like an exclamation point, so he's like yelling, or she, sorry. Sam said train depot, spot.
Depot?
Depot.
A train depot. Okay, look at all that giant cloud we just left in the sky. All right, we're literally gonna take it and make circles out of it until it's nice and soft. Look at it grow across our whole thing like that.
Stu just said the same thing again. Cityscape with train track. Heather said eagle. Stu said I've used those. They're great. So like when you ask, like, when
about
you
the
answer
paints.
Rob's question.
Yeah, there we go.
Now
we're gonna come in a little bit of white. Go ahead, Bailey. Pulling it out flat, scraping it up. So we have a different amount all across the edge of the knife.
I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Well, I'm sure everyone who's in the comments is also reading the comments, so they'll be able to see the name.
Gina?
Okay,
what's G-I-N-A?
G-I-N-A, Gina.
Oh, Gina, okay.
Like Regina. Spelled the same way anyway.
Regina George. Anyways, she said no hills, no mountains, lake with
Hills.
dock.
I like the lake idea. I really like the lake idea.
Lake with dock.
Yeah,
Yes.
the lake with dock. I like that. Okay, we're gonna come up here again. We're gonna start to mix, but the white wants to disappear so fast. So just very light little circles. How many lights was that? It was a lot of lights.
Like 2, maybe 3.
It was like 7 lights. Okay, just very softly going over it. And that way, it's not gonna blend in and pick up all the color underneath. And then we can come back and work at it, make it softer. Ooh, that looks like round right there. And start playing with it. See what we want to do, right? We can make it nice and flat bottomed, and it can come over here. Just different things. You step back and you look and you go, oh, it might look cool if it was actually off to the side. Or if it came in with a little bit of that color back there. And just kind of save that little bit of bright orange, right? We can even take a little bit of white, smush it in there, just literally mushing it on. And then coming back and very light, let's go like this with this one. Just pull it, just a very flat little bit of cloud back there. That one might even sit in front, right? Let's take a little bit of that darker color, just kind of dab it in underneath. And that way we can get this very soft little bit of shadow underneath that guy, right? Now it looks like he's sitting in front just because the white got drug past that bit of dark. See what I mean? You can sit there and play with them for hours. All right, let's take a farther off one. Actually, since we're gonna do a giant mountain, we can do one over here. Let's take some of this yellowish orangey color, and we're gonna come out, kind of pull it out that way. It's a little flatter, and then most of it's gonna get cut off. So we're not really worried about it. Maybe, and even here, it's not gonna show. But if you wanted to take your orange across the yellow clouds. It's a very nice like base shadowy color. And then you can put white over the top of that. You know what I mean? But we're going to end up losing the majority of that. So let's focus on this guy that actually is going to stay. You can see he almost wants to blend in with the color behind it, which is neat though, because all we want is the smallest little bit of white to just kind of stand out on the top of him. It's really it. And because we're using the knife and we get this variation of paint, right? We're not deciding it's going to be thick here and it's going to be thin there and it's going to be thick here and about. It's doing it on its own, right? So how can you fail? How can you, the paint is telling us what to do. It's like, okay, I wanted you to make that side a little bit thicker. So, okay, let's make it grow a little bit. And then who knows, it might end up looking really neat if we came across it with our mountain or whatever, you know what I mean? But the paint told me what to do. The paint did that. I didn't do it. I'm not taking no responsibility for that because a random amount of paint was a little bit thicker over here, which made the white bit of our cloud grow up. Couldn't make it grow down because we'd cover all the shadow, right? So we let it grow up. But that's literally it. It's not me. It's whatever spirit is in these brushes. That's who you guys want to follow. That's why you guys follow me, for the spirit in my brushes. All right, let's see. Let's take our big 2-inch brush. Okay, we're gonna swipe up lightly because we don't want to pick up any color on the brush and then come back down here in the yellow when we go to do our next swipe. So very, very lightly.
Deb's here. She said, do you ever take requests to paint for the classes? So like for the classes, do you take like...
So like if you wanted, I bet you Deb would say a waterfall class video, right Deb? Is that what you want me to make?
I don't know. She's so answering.
Oh, that's fine. You gotta give, whenever I say something, it's 10 seconds before they'll hear it, right?
Yeah.
Like if I do something right now, if I do this, it's 10 seconds before they'll actually see it. So, well, it's actually not 10 seconds. It's maybe 4 seconds. They've shortened my delay because I'm such a relatable, just friendly old fella.
Do you want to know something good, Dad?
What? Let's wash these brushes real fast.
We have collected...
Take a drink. My goodness. This is just Coke. Coca-Cola, guys. Actually, it's Dr. Pepper.
No, it's paint thinner.
Oh, no. Don't. I gotta double check.
The good thing is that we have collected...
I almost...
1,130 stars.
You guys are amazing.
32 minutes.
32 minutes we've been going.
That's amazing.
You guys are on fire.
Gina,
Those clouds look really good. See, and then you do a cloud like this, and then you go, I really don't want to cover over that cloud because it's like my best cloud ever. Okay. And, you know, what am I supposed to do? I can't cover that. You have to. You have to cover the cloud. Not all the cloud, but you got to cover a little bit to make it look further away.
Deb wrote like a whole paragraph. She said, well, no, it is a place in Yellowstone, I remember, as a kid.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
It's a lot of color and some kind of
Some kind of glacier.
Glacier. There you go. Gina also said, missed 2 minutes and the clouds are so beautiful.
Thank you so much. All right.
She just like skipped on where you were doing.
No, I bet you she got cut off or had to stop for some reason. Then when she came back, that's what people always say. Even when I'm painting live inside of a place like we're going to be doing on the 23rd, not next Saturday, but Saturday after that. Yeah, we're going to be at the dispensary inside. I'm an idiot. The dispensary at Henderson. Okay, so it's like way off in Henderson, and I gotta lug all of my stuff over there, and we're gonna do a 4-hour paint sesh. So on the 23rd, be ready because we're gonna be streaming for as long as I have battery power. If we forget the chargers like last time. Okay, let's grab up a bit of black, a little bit of crimson, a little bit of blue. We're just gonna mix them all into this one nasty, gross, dark color. It's yes. Josh's favorite color.
We have 6 viewers on YouTube and 25 viewers on Facebook.
Excellent. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, remember to tell us where you're from.
And what time it is.
Oh, again, and we're going to talk about this thing on Saturday, so I'll just mention it quickly. I don't want Lennon to yell at me if I'm not supposed to mention it yet. But we're going to be doing this thing called Brand Ambassador, which is going to be so cool, okay? We're going to literally take, I want everyone that lives outside of the U.S., right? So, and I know I have a lot of fans in Ohio, right? So it's going to be a hard choice, but I got to have a brand ambassador for every state and every country in the world for the people that are watching me. I know we get people that watch from New Zealand and Australia, Austria, Israel was watching, right? So how great would it be if we had a big map behind me? Instead of all these paintings, we have a big map. And we have big push pins, and we put it in with people's names, and they can be the brand ambassador. So it's basically your job to go out and tell people how awesome Paint with Josh is. So every time you're on Facebook, in a room, answer questions like the Super Squad does. Oh, check out Paint with Josh. Go to Paint with Josh or youtube.com/Paint with Josh or whatever. I think it'd be really cool. And I might make like a shirt available and just literally price it where I won't even make any money. It's just whatever I have to pay to get it to you. And that would be really neat to have like what does everyone think of that idea? To have like a brand ambassador, over in Israel or Australia, just rocking Paint with Josh over there. It'd be so cool.
I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. I think it's Juliana said hi from Texas.
Hey, Texas.
It's 10:44 p.m.
It is right now. Where you are. Yeah, it's 8:44. Well, 45 over here now. All right, let's decide, guys. How much of our sunset do we want to try to save? You know what I mean? It's gonna be a fun. Oh, there it goes. Just all of a sudden, it just wanted to jump out and get onto the canvas. Oh my goodness! Everyone's like, "Oh, what happened? Did Josh just slip?" No, it wasn't a slip. It was a mountain. It was an almighty mountain. All right, we're literally just kind of smushing it onto our canvas. And this one, I want to scrape all the excess off. Look, we can literally keep going with just the excess that we've already scraped back up, right? Because I don't want the mountain to grow too far. That's the key. If you leave all that thick paint on there, guess what? Your brush is going to go for a long time with that color on it. So
I didn't see their name, but someone said that they were coming from Palm Coast, Florida.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for watching, for tuning in. I know it's late over in Florida, so you must be bored if you're up watching Paint with Josh at this hour.
Gina said, I do that, like the mountains like that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you just got to let it fly, man. Just get them up there, see what it looks like.
Roberta said
it'll look really cool.
Tiffany Cotton.
Yeah, she's a Super Squad member. Now, Tiffany's a Super Squad lieutenant, okay? So she hasn't been around as long as some of the older members that have been there for a while, but she's still officer quality, okay? So she's a superstar lieutenant. And the longer that she gets to be around, then she'll get her 5-star general status. So, and with the Super Squad too, I don't expect you guys to stay forever. You know what I mean? Like, learn what you want to learn and go apply it to, your own paintings and stuff. Yeah. That's what we like to say anyway. But there are some really hardcore fans, and I love you to death. And they've been paying every which way they can possibly pay from, John is he's my one patron, my only patron, but I love him, right? And, he's on YouTube and he's sending us stars and he's doing and everyone, it's like, it just blows my mind. It's really crazy. And I start thinking about just how many people that we've inspired to do something just from our little room up in our, it's just a spare room. It's like the smallest room in the house. That's where Josh's studio got put.
Ooh, Roberta sent another 50 stars.
Oh, Berta. Right, now look, we've literally used up as much as we can and made our mountain grow as far as we can get it to grow just by using, the original bit that we put up there and then kind of scraping it. There we go. Go ahead, B. What were you saying?
Tiffany Cotton, she actually said something. It wasn't just me.
Oh, but sorry. Go ahead. I went off on a lieutenant tangent. Go ahead.
She said that she was from Arkansas.
Arkansas.
And that it's 10:45 where she is right now.
10:45. So I like knowing the time differences for everybody. You know what I mean? Because I came up and
8:48 for us.
Yeah. All right, maybe all your mountain depends on is how you pull your brush. Like right here, it looks like it's straight down, right? And then it hits a ledge, maybe comes down. That would be really cool if it looked like that. Right? All depends on how we move it. How much we go over that lighter area to leave maybe a little bit of that kind of misty look, just very lightly though, so lightly. Because you just want to save just a little bit, right? Just the smallest little bit. Look at that. Oh my God. Guys, I want him to hear the brush. How lightly I'm touching it. Like, shh. You gotta touch it lightly. Look, and then we're just gonna fling that bit of mountain off. Who cares? Look. Who cares? Who cares? Because when we get down here, we could throw a giant tree in front, and then all you really need is that one little bit that's going up out of the way, and you cover the rest. The more paint you have back here, the harder it is to put more paint when you're up here in the front, right? In our foreground. So, very lightly. Don't let it, I mean, look, that's all we need. And then I'll purposely put something giant over here.
Oh my god, I blinked for 5 seconds. Juliana sent 50 stars, and she sent another set of 50 stars.
Dang, thank you.
Roberta said, send those stars so Josh can get a new iPad.
Please, guys, we're trying to have better video quality for you guys. More storage space would allow me to do more, where I could combine more videos. So take the sky from this one and the trees from that, and the mountain from this one, and just kind of put them. I can put them all up on the screen if I wanted to. Our main issue is storage space. Like, it takes me years to get them onto my laptop, which runs like a snail, right? So I gave up using the laptop a long time ago. And I film from the phone. It takes about a day for it to like Wi-Fi itself to the iPad because it's too big to airdrop it. Don't even ask. Don't ask. It's been a research and development trial issue that's been going on for a long time. And I was like, if we just had an iPad that could hold more than one video at a time.
That would be amazing.
Imagine what we could do. So if we get that 1 terabyte, my goodness, everything on my laptop I could have at my disposal. Every different brush stroke would be a different painting. Like, it literally feels, if I wanted to do that, it could happen that way. Lucky for you guys, I have no time to do that.
Okay, so Roberta's whole big thing said, send those stars to Josh, so Josh can get a new iPad. He can keep these live videos and his classes coming to us.
I always forget, you guys are on that side. Like, why do I do this? It's the work.
Why do you do that, Dad?
I don't know. I have so much. I have to go like this. This is why everyone's like, oh, Josh painted like a crooked bit of trees. Well, because my head's on this weird angle. So in my own mind, when I'm watching it back, I look like I'm thin and not what I used to be, right? It's the dangers of losing weight. You can see what we've done? Made it all nice and foggy. Ooh, look at, what is it? What? Like right here, right? What goes next in that little, and just revealing that little bit of fog right here. Because we don't need all of it. We don't want to put the tip tops of our trees down here, right? We want to put the tip tops of our trees up here, where it's nice and light. Now that we've done this 1,000 times, it's as light as it is down here, right? So we can continue to add layers. I was talking to, God, I'm so freaking bad with names. It's not even that I'm bad with names. It's that I see so many notifications every day. And I love you guys. I love you for it. But it's getting to the point now where I can't, even in the last live video, and I probably won't even be able to make all the comments in this live video because Facebook cuts me off. Like, I'm like a crack addict, and it goes, nope, you don't need any more. If that's it, you can't have any more comments. You can't respond to anybody. You need to take like a 4-hour break. And I just sit there and go, but the people ask me a question. I gotta write to them. I gotta answer his question.
That's what happens when you like follow someone back too fast on TikTok or something.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, everyone goes, oh, he got too big for his britches, and he don't comment right back to anybody. It's not even that. It's like I'm physically being told that I am like on the verge of spamming Facebook. That's what it thinks. That's on the verge of happening because I keep replying, thank you. Or I go, thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Emoji face, thumbs up. There's any way that I can reply back and not have it seem like the same comment over and over and over again. Look at that. It's like a bit of mist, like climbing its way up the mountain. It's really cool.
I was going to say it's like a water. You should put like blue down there kind of. So it's like kind
well,
of
this is the, oh, like a waterfall. But see, everyone thinks waterfall, but why would you have a waterfall from the very tip top of the mountain?
Come in for a second.
Sure.
I'm not going to like touch the penny.
Right, but like but there's
around here, like you could do something.
Oh, you could do like
that.
a waterfall, like a drop off.
I'm sorry, I'm running away now. You could just see like the top of my head.
Yeah, that's all Bailey wants you to see.
I'll show my face.
No.
I just don't like the best face.
Bailey's just like me in every way. She's so vain and so self-conscious about what she looks like. Even though we've told her, and I tell myself, like, who cares? Who cares what people think, right?
I see so many comments all the time from these lives saying how pretty my face is.
Oh, please, yeah, but everyone loves you. You are the golden child, Bailey.
Okay.
I get comments like, you know, that painting looks a little empty, bro. But everyone comments with you and like, oh my gosh, she's so cute, so fantastic. Oh, she's so sweet. Look at her hair. Oh my goodness. And I'm like, thanks. It's not even me anymore. Thanks. Oh my goodness. No, I love you, Bailey. I love you.
Everybody calls you beautiful.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
I am not beautiful.
They send stars.
I'm dashingly handsome. Right, ladies? Dashingly handsome. Oh, and so vain. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do.
Deb said that
Carly wrote that song about me.
that is gonna be gorgeous.
Thank you. I don't know what we're gonna end up putting a big monster tree from here, probably about the size of my palette knife. And it's gonna rest right there. So we gotta figure out what to put in the background that we don't have to focus on too much, because this we're gonna focus on, right in the front. So let's grab up a little bit of that blue as well we did. I'm gonna grab a fair amount more white than blue because the blue is so powerful that it will just literally take your white over and it will become dark very fast, okay? So you need very, very little amount of blue, a lot amount of white.
Roberta said, Josh is mini me.
Yeah, exactly, she is. You did something earlier too. It was earlier today. You did something, and I was like, I was sitting in the garage, and I literally started laughing with no one around, nothing was playing, and I'm just laughing because I'm like, that's me. That's literally me in a smaller person. Because I would do the exact same thing, but I can't remember what it is now.
Was it like that TikTok that I sent you?
No, I don't think so. Like how we're just shaking it, bouncing it, coming around over here, leaving some areas dark. Maybe this guy.
Did you look at a memory or something? Now I'm curious. What did you do?
No, I don't even remember what I did.
Did a Facebook memory pop
Very
up?
little amount. Look back there, right? It's so foggy. We wouldn't need this much super texture way back there.
Heather has a question.
Go ahead, Heather.
She said...
Go ahead, Heather. You're on the air. You're on the air, Heather. Go ahead.
She said, what color did you use for the fog?
That's the thing, right? You don't paint the fog. You don't paint it. It paints itself. Let me explain. You'll be able to go back and zoom and scroll once we finish the video and stuff. But as we pull down with the mountain, we had already placed the yellow circle back there. You can see that? That yellow circle we had already put down. Then we put the red and the crimson and the blue. You can see it all. It's right here still, right? So as we pulled the mountain out, we did it so lightly enough that we didn't cover all of that color underneath. So that's base color mixed in with a little bit of this color. Right? And it's almost starting to go green the more I do it because there is blue inside this dark mixture. That's why we stopped like that, because I didn't want it to go green. Even though we can do it and have it go green, and we're going to put far off trees there in green anyway, but it doesn't matter. But the point is, you don't paint it, right? Just like I say on black canvases, you try not to paint the painting. You don't want to cover the whole canvas when you're painting on a black canvas. Look at all this black. Look at this dark. You have to save all the dark. That's why we're on a black canvas, right? So same thing. We don't want to cover everything. We put that yellow down there so it would make fog as long as we didn't overdo it and cover everything, right?
Guess who joined?
Who joined, love? Neymar's mom joined.
Yes.
Watch, we're going to have it come off this way too. Maybe we can take a whole, maybe we can have, maybe if we just save this little bit of yellow right here, we can have another rooftop mountain lake or something, like a lake of gold or something. Golden rooftop lake, whatever we end up naming this one, right? And look at this disconnect right here. In my mind, it's missing, right? Does anyone else think that? Do you think I need to add more there? Just honestly, just be like, you missed a spot, right? Because I would say that, like, in my own brain, I'm fighting it right now. I'm fighting not taking it and coming down even just the smallest bit, something, right? Littlest bit, that's perfect. Because we don't want to cover all the black. We made the mountain a dark color for a reason. So we could save that dark color, right? We don't want to cover it. We're not trying to paint this painting. Or trying not to paint this painting. What are we doing? Are we painting? Are we painting a picture? All right, now like before I get too crazy with my, because we're gonna have this big ridge right here. It's gonna run across and save our little bit of mountain lake, right? So why don't we paint that first?
Never mind. Keep talking.
Go ahead, Bailey.
Gina said fog / steam
Mist
coming off the lake.
Ooh, right. That'd be cool. We're gonna have a whole nother ridge though, because we didn't come down far enough with our lake, right? If I started my lake way up here, by the time we got down to here, it's almost too much water for me. I'm a very flat perspective painter, so if all of my foreground comes within the bottom 4 inches, right? So our mountain is not yet at the bottom 4 inches of the canvas, and I don't want to do those big hash mark trees like we always do to fill up that section. So we're going to have to add another little bit of mountain, right? And that's going to create our rooftop lake, which we just had the idea for. But if it's too much distance in my mind, it's almost like we're looking at the mountains from flat, but we're looking at the water from above, which doesn't make sense in my brain. So when I do water, right? Like if I was going to do a very low scene, my water would start back here. Like I realized I didn't put enough yellow in there, right? So my water would start about 4 to 5 inches from the bottom, and then we would fill in on top of that. And that's how I like to paint. And that's what it makes sense to me, because if I'm standing on whatever, or in a boat or whatever, I'm only going to see so much water in the distance, right? I'm not in a plane. I'm not looking down and above. I can't see the entire circular lake or whatever shape it is. Can't see all the water. I can only really see a little bit. And especially as we go off into the distance, it's so flat that you're talking about a mile you could fit into an inch, right? So you don't need a whole lot. When I see that, it's like, oh, like you had a great mountain, you know, good foreground, but too much water in between. So it's like we're like a giant looking down, but then looking like we got 8 eyes, like a spider. We're looking up straight, but we're also looking down at the water. So that's just me. And so I paint a very low perspective, and that's my style, I guess, right? Everyone keeps telling me I have some sort of style, and I still don't know what it is, but maybe that's it. That my low perspective, my bright colors, and my interesting, what the ladies say, subject matter. See, I remember. I listen. Guys think I don't listen. I'm like one of the only creators that wants people to comment, and I want to write back to you, and I want to help you, and I want to help you with all the stuff that I struggled with when I was at your stage, and just how I learned to do stuff like this at the right amount of paint, at the right spot, right? That's all the stuff I had to learn over hundreds of paintings. We're talking about, God, I have 211 YouTube videos, so some of them never made it. Yeah, but some of them, the camera malfunctioned or way back when before I start. So we're talking about, and especially if we count ornaments as, you know, hand painted ornaments as a painting, talking about over 400, maybe 500 paintings that I've learned all these things from. And every day I learn something new, right?
I love the Bob Ross, or not, the like Boss Baby ornament that you painted.
Yeah, the one portrait ornament that I painted that never got to see the light of day ever again. It comes out and gets on our own tree because the buyer didn't want it. That's how bad it was.
It's not that bad. It's good for a painter that does landscapes.
Thank you, Bailey. You're so sweet.
I've never, like,
all right,
I've seen you do animals, and I think we still have those animal pictures somewhere.
No, I trashed those.
I think we gave
all the we don't need to talk about the, you know, elephants and all that stuff. And no, come on.
It was good though. It was good for someone that does like mountains, beautiful mountains, lakes, waterfalls, trees, skulls. I'm just
my skullscape is pretty cool. I agree with you there. It's great, kid. Okay, so again, this is back again what we were talking about with the water, right? So back here, I don't know what's happening. I don't know where the water line is. Where is the edge of the water, right? Maybe it's like the inside of a volcano by the time we get done with it. It might look like that because it's glowing yellow. But to me, it's so far away that I wouldn't be able to see any amount of shoreline against the back, right? With all this fog and all this mist and it being, you know, across a lake, I'm not going to see details like water splashing against the side, right? So we're not going to paint that. So let's imagine that it's as low as it can be, right? Right down there. And we're only going to see this much water. Look, it's like teeniest little bit. Okay, so you got to cover up, and we're covering over that much yellow. right? You don't want to have your tip of your mountain down here and have the water line up there. Then we get into the same thing where we're looking at, you know, the water from above, but we're standing on the flat floor. And it doesn't make sense. It's called perspective. Perspective, okay? Now again, pulling down very lightly, stretching the paint to its absolute limit. That's why we put a very little amount up there. And now we'll have this cool little bit of mountain lake. And we can take these guys that are on the top and just swipe up. And we'll get these effects of these real far away trees back there. And then we'll come back and highlight and shadow and all that stuff. But down here again, the way that we're going to create this purpley red mist down here, right? We're just not going to cover it with color. We're going to go very softly. Just whatever of that dark color was on the brush, very softly. Look at that. Very soft. Same with you can do it with your circles, right? We're not painting the mist. It's just doing it on its own because we're being very soft and we're blending everything very gently. And so that mist just starts to form. And now we can even throw something, you know, in front of that if we wanted to. And, you know, depending on what you think, it could, right, it could be, or it could be a forest fire back there, right? There's a fire on the mountain. And the smoke is starting to start. You know what I mean? All this red is red forest fire. I've always wanted to paint a forest fire scene because I'm very much like a destructive.
Ooh, I see people hitting the like button.
Thanks, guys, for the forest fire.
Keep hitting it.
Do I have to start singing?
Yes. Singing is beautiful, Dad.
I said a hip, hop, a hip, a hip. You guys wait till I drop that song. It's going to be so great. My song drops. I wrote all my own lyrics. It's going to be fantastic.
Lori on YouTube said, hi, all.
Hello.
It really is good. I've heard him singing.
Oh, yeah, my lyrics are fire.
Yeah.
I rewrote the lyrics of the song to my own painting life, right? And the stuff that we deal with as painters. And me and my haters and everything else.
You have haters?
Of course I have haters. I love the haters, though. Haters don't hate. There we go.
Did I already say Lori's
that,
comment?
Guys.
Did I already say Lori's comment?
I don't know. We can take this.
She said hi all, and then Dad said good thing to think about when doing water.
Yeah, you have to have your perspective right. Otherwise, it's just never gonna, you know, it's gonna look beginnerish if it's not correct. Then you're gonna look at it and go, yeah, that could have been better, or I could have done this, or whatever the case, right? Look at all those little trees just stand, just because we mushed some stuff into the canvas, right? That's literally all we did. We just mushed some things. I really want this one to come down a little bit more though. A little more pronounced of a ridge over there, right? And just because we came down at that little J shape, one of my favorite shapes, I wonder why.
Roberta sent another 50 stars.
Roberta, she's trying to be like the 5-star general leader of sending stars. I am the benchmark that everyone must reach and recreate. There we go.
Now we have
Look at that. Look at this, the tiny, tiny, tiny amount of paint, right? It barely even came off, and we're just sort of letting the canvas take what it wants, right? You can hear it. It's not straight edge scraping, right? It's very soft. Yeah, now we're going to have to go over that spot. Watch. Just add a little bit more until it goes away.
Now it's
lightly,
it's a canvas mark.
There we go. Just like that, it's gone. And the mountain looks even cooler because we did that, right?
Dad, can I make a comment? It's not about the picture.
Sure, babe. Go ahead and crap all over my painting.
No, I'm not.
I can't wait to hear your suggestions. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, if you bought a canvas with a dent in it.
Yes.
Would
it's
that
happened
be
before.
Would that be like a canvas birthmark?
Sort of. I would
then
think.
You could like make a mountain on it and
True.
Make it look cool.
I had a canvas that had a tiny rip in it. It was like right up here, tiny little rip. And I painted the whole painting. And then I noticed this rip, and I think, what am I going to do? I put a UFO over it. So I'm forcing you to look at it. I'm like, hey, here's my rip, right? But you can't see it because there's a UFO painted over the top of it. And because of the way it was, even though you could like, it was a little bit popped out because of the rip. It made it look like a UFO. So.
Someone keeps favoriting stuff on your Etsy shop.
Woohoo! Favorites. Go shopping. I think it's 25 or 30% off all the canvases, and I think 10% off, might even be 25% off on all the prints and puzzles and all the cool stuff. I just had somebody buy a puzzle today.
Oh, nice.
I can't wait. I hope they put it together and then send me a picture of it. Please, if you're watching and you bought that puzzle, please put it together and send me a photo with you and your family holding it. Oh, it would be so fantastic for my pages. My goodness. All right, so we took a bit of white and just scraped up all the rest of that shadowy blue because we're not going to use it. And we made a new bit of very light blue. It's almost white. I don't want it to be white, though. You can't just go white up here, right? We got a little bit of white that's mixed in with that darker color. So we're going to have against this darker color, this light blue is going to look white. And then by the time we get down to us, if it turns into a winter scene, then we can have our brightest whites up in the front along with our darkest shadows. And that gives us the most depth, the contrast of that. So now, contrast to this is going to be so bright against these that it's going to look white. I promise you it's not. We're going to come up here very lightly, just going to pull down in different areas, right? And then we're going to come over here.
Roberta said two things. She said, loving this painting, and then she said, I'm waiting to get one of your shirts really soon.
Oh, snap.
Send us a picture.
Yes, please.
We wanna
Send
see.
me a picture of the shirt. Look at that, guys.
I like it. Is there like snow on the mountain?
Yeah. Oh. It's too thick right here, though. A couple scrapes. That's better. It's too thick right there as well. So you gotta scrape up a little bit of it, and you just add more cool little things to your mountain. Man, that looks really, really fantastic. Wowzeree. Right, maybe we got this whole bit. Wants to come down this mountain, down into our forest fire or volcano or whatever we put back there.
Ooh.
That would be a different way to paint a volcano, Bailey. Man, look at that. Have you ever just stepped back? Because I do it. Every single painting, something amazes me. And it's not just me being just pretentious. It's like I take a look back and I go, holy cow, that looks cool. Like, how did my brush even do that, right? Yeah, just a little peek of that mountain back there has got some...
Grace said
Look,
something
it
on YouTube.
looks like a dragon. Oh my goodness.
Grace said something on YouTube.
Go ahead, Grace. You're on the air, Grace, with Paint with Josh. Welcome.
I'm just looking at yourself on the replays on YouTube. Anyways, Grace said, I cannot get the knife part down, but my mountains turned out alright last time.
Okay. So...
It turned out last time. Sorry.
So on this one, we're kind of doing a mixture of letting it roll and mushing, okay? So down here, we're just mushing, trying to get any small amount of paint to come off. But when we want to let it roll, like up here to create all these drag marks like that, you grab up an even roll of paint, right? And more than you think you need. Who she said on YouTube?
Yeah.
That's this one, right? Mm-hmm. So look at that.
Well,
It's more than a small bit, okay? And you pretend that this is your, hang on, I can see it.
yeah, you
Okay.
can see it.
So you pretend this is like your paper towel roller, okay? Do we have one up here? No, we don't. Of course, why would we have one? Because I want to display something. So pretend it's this brush, right? The handle of this brush is our roll of paint on the end, okay? Now, as we push, right? I've wiped it off, okay? And as we're doing this, our knife isn't actually touching the canvas. The paint is, right? That roll of paint. And as we come down, it's going to start to get lighter and lighter. And that's where you get all these breaks, right? So you grab up a roll, not a giant chunk, right? Like a roll. You make it even look like a roll. And then as you come down, all this stuff will start to deposit as it rolls out from its underneath itself and it gets stuck onto the canvas, okay? So just imagine like you have a paper, that roll of paint's got to be big enough, but not, come on, like, try it, test it out. Test it in an inconspicuous area, right? And then just imagine it like this. It's got to roll up, or from the bottom anyway. So wherever you put it, as you roll, it's going to spin down like this, depositing all that paint, okay? And then by the time you get down here to where you can hear yourself scraping on then you need to go back and get another roll, right? Come back up, roll it out again. And the paint roll, you don't have to use a brush. I hope I'm explaining that this is the theoretical roll of paint, right? Are we understanding that, everyone? Yeah. That this is the theoretical roll, and it's on the end of the knife, and it's going to roll off, almost like a steamroller rolls downhill. But as soon as you hear Then you know you're out of ammo, right? You got to go back and get yourself some more ammo. And then you can come back and pave the streets again, right? As we go down, we're just letting whatever, you know, we're holding it as vertically as we can. A lot of times I'm even dragging on the canvas down here, or my gloves. Look at the tip of my gloves, right? They have this color on them because I'm holding the thing so close. You don't want to hold it at the side. You don't want to hold it at a 45 because that's like scrape area, right? You don't want to do that. And we're not cutting at it and scraping at it like that. We want it to be the same, you know, orientation as our canvas. So if yours is, you know, tilted back, or if you're flat on a table, you got to hold your knife a certain way in order to get it to do the same thing, right? You can't just keep doing something one way, getting the same results and expect it to change. So try in an inconspicuous spot, a little bit of paint, and the more and more you drag it out, right? Scraping it up, dragging it out, doing different things, you get all these cool little details. And even when you mess it up and you put a little bit too much and then you scrape it and you go somewhere, you have this cool little thing. Or like all of these, where these up here, where we scraped them off and kept going, right? Because it was too thick. So you don't just ever have to be just to settle for what you got.
Grace said, "Oh my God, I didn't. It doesn't touch the canvas. That makes so much sense."
Yeah, if your knife is touching the canvas, you're pushing too hard off the bat, right?
I was barely putting any paint on last time. Thank you. And then
you're very welcome. Please subscribe and like and share. Thank you.
We got more comments on.
All right, let's decide what we want to do now. We're getting down to Josh's 4 to 5 inch range of foreground. What are we going to do now?
I forgot. Train track.
Train track. Yeah, we'll make a train track come out of the forest fire.
I know. I know it was train something. Just said, what if you do a half train on a train track?
It is hot up here, Bailey. Can you go make sure the air conditioning's on? We live in Las Vegas, and man, does it get, it was like 94 when I looked last today. And when it starts getting really hot,
I'm just going to let the door open because it's already on.
You can't cool, the air doesn't cool down at night, right? Once it gets past, 95, 100, it's just hot at night. And there's no relief besides your air conditioner.
Dad, do you want me
to
put on a fan or something?
No, we're okay, babe.
Okay. I'm just going to leave the door open because...
Yeah, with the fan, we'd have too much background noise.
Yeah, it'd be like... Right. And anyways, you were saying...
Yeah.
It's annoying.
There we go.
More comments. Deb said, wow, okay. Heather said...
Look at how we're going. Because it goes every way, we got to go that way. Got to go this way.
Heather said, I struggle with it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, it takes practice to have it at the right angle. Like my canvas is very much, if not towards me, like this. Not that, but it's very much straight up and down if it's not a little bit towards me. So I have to remember to adjust the angle of my own knife for my own canvas. And especially if I'm out painting somewhere and it's a different location and I don't really know the setup and half the time I'm leaving marks with my hand or the brush comes down and hits my easel and I'm like, oh, the mountain can't grow any further.
Tiffany Cotton, she said, we are having a freeze warning. So
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
We're in a hot place and she's in a very,
very
and
cold she's place. Freezing her buns off. Lucky.
I saw a comment. Here, let me go back to it.
Lucky. You can go back to that shadow color. I guess we will have to do some far off trees. I don't want to do a whole nother mountain because then we're going to end up down here. And then that's not as much as I want for a dock, especially if we can have a dock.
Oh, it's blurring out on YouTube. Hold on.
Why? Why?
Okay, it's good now.
Okay.
It just looks a little... Here, look. It looks
that's all right. It might just be because of how Mom has it set up to look like that. All right, let's put a few... All right, we're going to have it come to... Like, this is going to be my shoreline at the base of that fog. So wherever you think the base of the fog is, to me, it's down here. That's going to be my edge of the other side, right? So I don't want to do too many trees to kind of block all that, but I do need to fill up this area a little bit. So we're going to come in with that dark color up into our foggy spots, right? And then as we come down, I'm going to make them all the same height. I don't want to go over to the side because we can use this, fresh bit of non-painted material, right? This is painted. It's hard to get more stuff to go on top of that. This over here still very much just base canvas. There's no layers on it. There we go. Now watch, as we're gonna go over here, I'm gonna turn the brush, just start using the corner and just popping up, right? Because now these trees are just very far away at the base of the thing over there. And then we can do all sorts of stuff every which way.
Someone said great explanation.
Thank you.
It makes sense after guessing after years of practice.
Yeah.
It would click for me.
Yeah,
Roberta
well,
said,
that's why I try to help you guys, because it took a long time to click for me. And you know, I don't want you guys to get to that frustration level and give up painting, right? Bob wanted it to be easy for everybody. He didn't want it to be hard. Did you think it would sell if it was hard to do? It would not sell because only the few would be able to do it, right? All the cool cats like me. But I at least try to show you cool things that you can do that took me forever to figure out how to get done, and do them easily. And that way you don't give up painting and you keep at it, and you know, you end up doing something really neat. So that's my philosophy on it anyway. You know, let's do this. Just in case we want to have any reflections. Let's hold them
before
down.
Roberta's comment goes away, she said, we had sleet earlier.
Sleet? That's frozen rain.
Yeah. She said earlier today, possibly dusting of.
There we go. Whew, look at that. Just from the smallest
I don't know
little.
if it's dusting or guessing. I'm gonna go guessing. Of
What?
snow tonight.
Oh, a dusting of snow. So they're going to get a very light amount of snow tonight. That's proper. A dusting.
I wish I lived somewhere where it snowed, because you would never get hot. I have too many blankets.
It gets hot in Utah, B. How can you say you would never get hot? Like,
I mean, like.
it gets hot in Utah. It snows there, but it gets hot in the summertime.
Well, yeah, but that's summertime. It's
That's summertime.
It's springtime.
There we
I'm
go.
on spring break right now, because I have a whole week off next week.
What? You got a week off? No
And
way.
I have something fun, but I have to make sure that my dad is
Oh, heck.
allowed, like, letting me go onto his channel to let us paint it.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do that at some point, B. I know.
Do you want to explain on what it is?
I'm a terrible father, I know.
Can I just explain what it is?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so, it depends on what day, but, I draw a lot, and I don't
Yep.
know how many people can, like, see this.
Well, if you're in front of my face, they can see it.
Okay. This is technically on what it looks like, but I draw different flowers, or, like, whatever I can draw.
Yeah. That's
And
gonna be
me and
cool.
my dad will paint it,
We're gonna do a Bailey. Okay, get it out of my face.
Okay, hold on. Let me go get the other one that we already did.
We're gonna do a flowers with Bailey night. I know we said it a while ago, and then it never happened, and now Bailey just constantly asks me about it all the time. So guess what? We have to do flower. No, we get to. I'm just kidding.
We have to do it.
We
just
get
have to.
we get to do it. It's not a have to thing.
Can I show
We
them
like
on
involving
how,
the family in the channel.
Can I show them on how our first one turned out?
Sure, yeah.
This
So
was our first one.
That's our first go round. Bailey and I helped. But yeah, we painted the background and over the top of that flower she had drawn, and then we painted it, and it turned out really good.
I'm like looking over
Okay,
there.
out my face. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one of these days. Maybe we'll do it on a Friday night. But Bailey doesn't want to go live, is the thing, right?
I mean, I'll go live. It's just
it takes me a long time to edit and do all that stuff, and have good videos. So it would be easier if we did it live, right? But if we want to do it, then I've got to do an extra painting video that week, and we already put out like 3 videos a week anyway. My heck. When do we do it? So ask the fans. What do they think? Should we? Oh man, guys, it just hit me.
Okay, a few questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Roberta said looks awesome for, I'm guessing, the one that we did.
Yeah, not this one.
I bet she means both of ours. And Deb said, love the flowers. Oh, thank you. Again, if you don't like them, that's fine. I'm not really trying that hard to get them to look good.
B, you don't have to explain yourself to my fans. They love you. They'll love the flower. They're not your friends who you have to be like, well, look, like if it doesn't look like this because no, they're my fans. They love you. If they don't love you, they're gonna be banned from the page.
For real.
For realsies.
Debbie sent or Deb. I like calling her Debbie. I don't know why.
I bet you she likes you calling her Debbie.
She said Roberta said your flower painting. So my flower painting. Not your picture.
Yeah, not my picture.
It's my time.
Bailey's picture. All right, so let's do like the smallest, little teensiest little bit of white way off, right? Just one thing. That's it, right there. That's it. That's all you need. All you need is one little bit of bright color back there to just show. We don't want it to look the same, right? So if we did it over here and over here, guess what? It would look the same. So let's just leave it like that. This is like a little marshy area back there. I like that. Like the little oh, I like that. What is going on back here? This needs a little bit of color back there too.
Deb said, what brush do you use for the trees and bushes?
Well,
she's just curious.
Depends. So I have a size 8 fan brush for the trees that we've done so far, and the ground even that we've done so far. It's all made with the fan brush. That looks so cool back there. Where does it go to? Actually, we need some land underneath this guy. This is a very foggy little forest. I like it. So yeah, I'm using a Master Touch fan brush. I got these ones at Hobby Lobby. For my blending, I have the Bob Ross set. And let's pop in just a thing over there. Just like that. A little bit of land.
Mike has a question.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
You're on the air, Mike, and live in Las Vegas. Mike, where are you calling from, Mike?
He said, what brand of canvases do you use?
So I got this one.
I just started, so I'm using ones from Hobby Lobby.
Dude, it's exactly what I use. Exactly what I use. I get the 5-pack, the 5-pack 16 by 20s, the 2-pack 18 by 24. I like to get the stuff that you guys get and show you. You don't have to do anything special. You can literally follow along, and what I paint is going to drop out of your brush with what you can buy at the store, besides the thick paints, right? So you can get the Winsor Newton paint in all these crazy colors at Michael's. You can definitely do it. Man, that looks so freaking set up for a dock, guys. If we could just nail the dock. Never painted a dock before, so I'm stalling.
Look how it looks on Facebook.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love it.
Amazing.
So, what was I saying? God damn it. My brain.
You said something about a train track.
No, about the... Shut up, Bailey, with the train track.
I'm sorry. I heard
Everything
train.
with a train track.
I heard train.
Enough. I'm not doing a train track. Leave it.
Train track. Train track. Train track.
Bailey. All right, you're not allowed into the next live. If you want to mess around and try to pull me off train tracks, then you won't be allowed in the next live. Got it?
Your camera said 30%.
What camera?
The.
Oh, that one? That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
But dead serious, try not to make me lose my train of thought because I'm trying to teach, right? So I like that you're in here and that you do the comments and stuff, but I got to be able to remember what the heck I was saying. Does anyone remember what I was saying? Because I sure don't.
You said dock.
Yeah, but
everyone's saying you said dock.
Okay. Why? Can we get no airflow in this room? Hang on. Ah, it is so hot in here. Okay. Let's put the smallest little bit of our little white line. Right, just way back there. Now we got this far off bit. Nice little foggy area. Are we doing like a winter scene or should we throw grass? Man, I love how just wide the lake is right here. I just love it. Okay, take a bit of that dark. All right, we're gonna come in here. My canvas is getting very, very dry because this is one of those cheaper canvases. A lot of times they're not gessoed just like the other ones are. It's just not enough. And so they start getting very thirsty and they're gonna wanna grab all of that liquid white that we very first put up there, they're going to want to take it. And we can't let them take it. So we got to hurry.
Roberta said...
Or we continue to add more liquid white. You know, I don't really want to do that though because this looks so good right here. So it's like a wet on dry painting now.
Roberta said, "You know I love your paintings, Josh. Bailey has the same talent as you."
She is very good. She's the one that got me into painting. And that is the honest truth. Without Bailey.
And I am the one who had Dad have his better editing skills.
Yeah, and you told me that, right, the better app to use for making the videos too. See,
it is a really good app. Can I tell them that?
Yeah, tell them.
It is CapCut. It is completely free.
CapCut. Are we doing grass, guys, or no?
CapCut. If you search it up in the App Store, I don't really know how to explain how it looks, but basically
it's a little pair of scissors. It's like white little pair of scissors. It doesn't matter. Just read the title and get it that way.
But CapCut is an easier way to edit. It has effects, but normally when you click on a video to edit or like a picture to edit, there are like stickers and overlays and different texts. That's how my dad gets those cool, like really good texts and the.
Oh, you guys just wait until you see what London put together, and now what I can clip from and use for the videos, guys. It's gonna be great. It is gonna be great. Like it literally blows my mind. I watched this thing out there, and what's cool is we can literally take it's like a template, right, that she created. And then I can drop that over videos or input videos into the little spaces where they belong. And man, it's going to be great. All right, you know what we want to do? I got all this green out. So let's do some green. Let's get a little bit of liquid white. We go into our green.
Someone from YouTube said, "Hi Josh.
Hello.
Why my paint doesn't soak to the canvas?"
You what?
She said, "Hi Josh, why my paint doesn't soak to the canvas? Why doesn't my paint soak to the canvas?"
Well, most canvases are triple primed or double primed when they come from the store. And so we don't have to worry about it. But every so often I get a really thirsty one that just ends up kind of eating up all of my liquid white before I'm ready for it to be done. Like I'd still like it to be a little bit wet down here, and it's very much dry. Look, it's very hard to get any paint to come off. I had to push real hard right there. Now let's see, I'll make up a little bit of brown, a little bit of black, make up a little shoreline for this guy in here. Right, and come in and cut back whatever we don't want. Take him out over there, across the edge. Maybe it comes out a little further down here. All different little things we can play with. Right, there's a big old rock out in the center out here. Throw our dark side in back there. Get this cool little rock. Continue on with our bit of thing. We took a little detour to throw a rock in right there. Rest of our shoreline. Bam, 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 bam. Trying to get it very close without touching it. And that's the key.
Dad, I'm gonna go put this painting back into my room.
Okay, babe.
It's the flower one.
There we go. Gotta have our perspective right. So now we've come around the bend. There's a curve. Now the water's going back up this way. What's gonna be over here? Or is it anything? Is it just a shore? You know what I mean? Take our green very lightly. Just kind of swiping it over where we had put it. Very lightly. Even some of it even got into the water, which is fine because it'll look like reflections from back there. Take a little bit more. I like to give it a little bit of texture and then come back and make it soft again. That's what I like. A little bit of texture and then come back and make it soft. These cool little bits coming down the hill. There we go. Nice little hill going off the side over there. Looks really cool. Come in over here. Take some of our green, throw it up into that side. Get this cool little bit of grass over there. Just very simply done. Very simply done. Beat the devil out of that brush.
Yeah.
All right, let's put some kind of craziness in there too, right? Now, down around here in the front, I would imagine we would see a whole lot of waterline because we're down here on the edge, right? So we'd be able to see more detail, different, more, you know, bigger details, more water, bigger splashes, stuff like that. Just like that. Just let it go. Let it go, man. Let it go. And we said a dock, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I really want to put a dock in there.
Dad, if you look at the comments, they're like, dock. You said dock. You said dock.
Okay, if we get 100,000 stars, I'll paint a dock. You can't do that, Dad. Someone asked me today at work, they're like, do you ever set like a star goal? I was like, yeah, I'm not that pretentious yet, that I have a total that I'd like to reach. Just whatever you guys send is more than enough. And, you know, I don't have an issue with it either way. But why would I set a goal? That just seems like, you know, I guess some people set these things at like 10 grand. You know what I mean? And like, oh, we're not going to hit the goal unless we get to 10 grand. Like, what? That is crazy to me. It's a crazy amount of money. You know what I mean? Just for people to send you for being on Facebook. Like, I don't get that. A little bit of water going off and some crooked line because Josh is all crazy. There we go. The more and more we mess with it, the more we're not going to like it. So let's just pull it out. See, our land keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger over there. As our water keeps shrinking. Pull it out. We're going to come in. A little bit of splashies up on our water. I might have too much is the issue. Coming around the edge, around the bend.
Oh, Roberta sent another 50 stars.
Roberta.
She really wants you to paint a dog.
Yeah, right. A little bit of darkness.
Please do not send 100,000 stars.
Yeah, please. I mean, please do. I would accept.
Well, yeah, but.
No. There we go. I'm just gonna pull
Gina
it out.
said, what do you see with like quotation marks around it? I'm down for your vision.
Oh, do what I see. Versus the dock. I do want to paint a dock, but again, for me, it's got to be the right perspective. And now that this scene looks so good the way it is, I don't know that I want to change and then add a dock. You know what I mean? Again, you get to the point where you're like, man, that looks really cool. And if I could just keep from messing it up, then it might look really neat. Okay, let's do something gigantic in the sky, though. Because we gotta do it. A little bit of brown over there, too. Right on our brush. Oh, no, we were going to put the big, gigantic tree over here. So let's do some softer foreground trees over there. And then we'll do a dock next time. Promsies. Promsies. We could even finish this with grass and continue it on, which is probably where we're going to have to do something down here, right? Can't just leave it like that. It looks like it's floating. I don't like it. Okay, let's put some stuff back here. We can go just like this. I want it to be taller than the trees in the back, right? So this one, it's, there. Why don't we put them over here? Go over here. Just like that. Come back in very lightly, kind of pushing up, letting the brush kind of make the shape for us, right? But we're starting with just the very edge when we get initially onto the canvas. We have this little tree right here. Beautiful little tree right there, eh? We get the liquid white with our green. All right, liquid white, green, not too much, not too crazy. And when we go top like that, now we're not trying to cover, only trying to cover about half of the dark that I put down, right? That's what you have to think about. You don't have to cover all of the darkness of the tree, right? You got to leave some depth in there. Where are all the little critters going to live? You just go off and cover everything. Then why did we go put that shadow down to begin with, right? Does everyone else understand? You guys get it, right? Look at that deep darkness in there. Maybe one little piece, but not all of it. Can't cover all of it. Wash that brush off. How long have we been going for, B? We start like 8? What time do we start?
8. We've been going on for 90 minutes.
90 minutes. My heck,
we're not even 9:40 right now.
We're not even close to being done either. That's the weird part. This is gonna be a good long one here. All right, we're gonna put a big old giant rock kind of sealing off the tree. Maybe he'll grow down just like that into that other dark pile. Now let's take up a little bit of our brown, maybe snag up a smidgen of white. Come over here, a little bit more of a smidgen of white. Maybe even more, there we go. Come back, darken that up, but we're gonna leave it kind of marbled in all these different colors, right? Then we can scrape across all those colors and come back. Putting our little piece of rock in there. Just something weird, just hanging out, chilling. There we go. The only thing is you can't cover up all of your dark. So if you do, you can always try to sneak a piece of it back in, and that'll be our rounded piece of rock. Right? And I never like it being at a straight line, so we gotta come up and just make some weird angles, different little things, but not covering it all. That is the 100% key. Do not cover it all. Now, why don't we come in? We could do a little bit of a bush right here. Kind of sealing off the edge right there of that rock. Go back in, even with our same little, even with the big brush, you could do it. A couple little things down there, right? But look at all that darkness underneath though too. We had to save it. Got to save all the darkness. Very light little swipes. I do want the land to grow a little bit more though.
Heather said to make things look distant, is it just to not giving it more detail and make it smaller?
Depends. The trick to distance is all the fog, right? That's what pushes stuff and putting stuff in front of other stuff at the right height and the right, depth even. So, look at this sucker. This thing wants to just grow down. I don't know why it wants to come down this far, but it just wants to be out here now. Which is why we start things small, right? Start them small. All right, let's see. Coming in there. If we could just get, I hate this big knife so much. I just hate it. Here, we're not going to worry about it. We're going to bring this out. We're going to do something. We're going to do something.
You have no new comments on YouTube.
That's okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's all right. That's okay.
And you don't have any new comments. Do you want to know how many stars you have, though?
Sure.
I can tell you that.
Nobody wants to talk to us, but that's all right. There we go.
You have 1,400 stars right now.
Wow, guys, you guys are incredible.
1,430 stars.
You guys are really,
with
really
14
incredible.
people watching on Facebook, and then there are 5 people watching on YouTube.
That's awesome, guys. Thank you.
For all the people watching on whatever you're on.
On whatever you're on, says Bailey.
I mean, you could be on Facebook or YouTube.
Wherever you guys are watching, we appreciate you tuning in.
Oh, God, look, it says it on your camera. 1 minute and 44 minutes.
What? What? Says what?
No, it says it on that TV. 1 minute and 44 seconds.
Yeah, but it's not moving. We do need to plug this other camera back in though. Oh, sorry guys, I'll be right with you. Right with you. Don't want to have stuff going crazy. Oh, wow. We almost lost that thing. Yeah. All right. Now you guys have gone on a ride and lost all of your senses. Let's figure it out. It is so dang hot in here. I just can't even, I got like fire on the brain. I can't even think. That's suffering I do for you guys. Let me tell you. All right. We had such a beautiful lake. We really did. We really, really did. And now we can even have something neater. What could we do? Oh, I'm tired. I went to work all day. Let's wash these brushes off because we need some clean tools in order to work how we're trying to do it. Clean tools. I wish I had a brush washer that I could call upon to wash my brushes and stuff. I'm thinking about you, Bailey.
I know. I was like raising my hand. I was like,
oh. She's like, yeah, Dad, I'll play with your stuff. You want me to play with your stuff? No, don't play with my stuff. There we go. Look at that. The more and more we go over it, the more we can literally blend those lines away to where we don't even have them anymore. Now we got this little crazy little bit of glare on our water from a mistake, an accident. All right. How many times? There we go. Just kind of pushing it back with the bristles, really. That's all we're doing. Pushing it back until it looks perspectively right to me. There we go. Now, where's that bit of my pink? Don't want to touch too much of anything else.
If Mom was here, she would tell you to stop touching everything.
I know, right? All right, we're gonna lose all this bit down here. I don't like this. Don't like all this stuff down here. So, we're gonna end up with a sweet river scene, which will be even cooler. Ooh, if we left it, right? Maybe the river comes and turns this way. It's like an S shape. Yeah, guys. Guys, all right. Hold down. Back and forth. And just like that, we can change stuff. Guys, do you see? Do you see how we can just change everything? Man, that looks cool. All right, let's rock and roll, Josh. Now we got a cool idea. We're gonna have this rock hang over the edge a little bit. So it's gonna cast like a shadow down there. That's gonna be neat. All right, we're gonna have our dark embankment. Or we can continue on down this way and just bring our grass in down from the side, down here. See what I mean? You can come in a little bit. Doesn't have to come in so far, but you can come in a little bit. You can see how we're pulling to the side over here. And that's so, our land will look flatter. If we have all these strokes from above, at this downward angle, it's gonna look very sloped. So, let's just change the whole shebang, Josh. I like that idea, Josh. What do the fans think?
People keep tapping the like button.
So that's good.
Like, look, they're literally like growing.
Well, good. Thank you, guys.
It's making like a whole big tree.
There we go. We do a little bit of our water. And then we're going to come back in, a little bit of darkness for our embankment. As we come across, right? We don't need to go that far, but as we come across right here anyway, we want that little bit of dark so that when we come back with our little bit of white, it kind of sits on the top. Gives it a little bit of depth. Gives it something to do. Looks really cool like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, Josh. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Stop trying to make it perfect. There we go. Perfect! Poof, the smallest little bit, right? As we come in right there. And now, let's find a brush that doesn't have too much paint on it. We come in like this. And we'll make our own little bit of grassy hill right here. You can see we're dumping off all of the color, though, onto the canvas down here, so I can come back up here. Now there's not so much color, and I can bring that little bit of green down without losing the disconnect of that dark, right? Got to keep that disconnect. That puts, you know, and you got to keep it very short, because that puts the distance back into our painting. Take some of these down here, maybe toss them up. Little bits of grass that are growing higher down around the water, right? Or whatever. We could do whatever. Let's not go too nuts, though. And we could bring this grass around a whole smash if we wanted to. We're actually going to end up doing some bit over there. We don't want to come up too high. Maybe we'll just have to do our tree on this side. I didn't want to do it on this side. I wanted it to be somewhere else, but beggars can't be choosers, right? There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Couple little bits of grass sticking up right around the edge. Go off the side. My canvas is getting very, very dry. It is not liking what's happening. Just mixing in a little bit of the black with our color down there because I don't want it to be, you know, too bright green. It can't just be sat out there bright green all the time. Especially if no one's out there paying the water bill, man. How's this grass getting so green? There we go. Man, it's nice and foggy over here. I mean, it's just destiny that it was supposed to be on this side. It really is. Maybe let's put like a little bit of grass down around the edge. Oh yeah, Joshy.
Joshy.
Oh yeah, Joshy. That looks good. Who's going to be brave enough to go back and do that? Here comes the bravery test, though. So get ready. Let's clean off our brushes that I don't think we'll be using anymore. I don't think so. All right. That one we will be using. That one we will not be using. This one. Do all these have color on them? Yes, they do. So again, guys, send your stars. And again, you can go to paintwithjosh.com to find raffle tickets for Sunday's drawing. You're like, well, what are you drawing? Well, we're going to draw a winner, and that winner will be able to choose one of the 3 paintings that I'm giving away in the raffle. So this one up here in the top, this pink halo beach scene, and the Fisherman's Shack, which is like a great sunset scene with that building where you can see through the building and across the river on the other side, which would be so cool if we put a big old house right here and was be able to do the same thing. So maybe not today. That's a little bit too much. Too much. Man, this is a great one. Look at all that light color that we kept down there. The shadow of the rock. Really cool. All the differences in color. All the stuff. So neat. So neat. Just playing with it until we like the look. That's it. Especially because the canvas is so friggin' dry. Like just by adding that tiny amount of paint thinner from our brush, it's making the canvas so much slicker. Look at all this rainbow of effect right here. That's gorgeous. Okay, enough messing about, Josh. Just clean your brushes and teach us how to paint, bro, okay? We don't care about your thoughts and your feelings. All right, heck. It's a steamy one in the Vegas sun. And why does anyone live here during this time of year? That's our Vegas national anthem.
How close are you to being done? I'm not
oh, are you rushing me? Do you need to go talk to Neymar?
No, I'm not. No.
Nah.
Kind of. But...
See? Neymar's gonna go to bed soon, Dad. I gotta get on the phone and talk to him, man. Oh my God, you guys, please send help. She's 10. She thinks she's dating Neymar.
I'm not dating Neymar. We're just.
Oh,
really close.
sorry. Then I'm very sorry. Then I'm very sorry. But she's 10. She's getting older. You guys know what I mean. You guys with kids. Like, how am I supposed to deal when she actually starts dating in her teens? Oh, send help. Someone send help.
You're gonna feel old, but you're not old. You feel old.
Oh, it's not about feeling old. It's about having to murder the boy that dates you. That's the problem.
Why are you gonna murder him?
Because that's what dads do. We murder boys who date our daughters. Right? Anyone else a dad can back me up on that? Or moms, right? Moms like their daughters too. All right, let some punk kid try to date my daughter. Get out of here. You're painting with Josh's daughter? Now we're speaking in third person. All right, we're going to get a big, and this probably isn't even enough. A lot of paint up on our brush, right? It's like so globby. And we're going to try to make, in this little area now, we're going to leave that side alone, and we're going to put it right where this sunrise is coming up from the top to the bottom with a little bit of curve. Ready? Full brush length, though. Like full bristle of the brush. Puts it very, very close down in here. Fantastic. All right, bam, 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 bam. Just kind of pushing it, letting it grow. It's obviously got to get a little bit thicker as it gets down to the base. And then we're about two brush lengths apart down at the base. Look at that, though, right? Now, it depends on where we go back in and put our grass. You could have your grass start up there if you wanted to. Do the whole thing in grass, around the edge. It doesn't have to go all the way down to the bottom of the canvas. Throw some more green in. Poof, all finished. Back here in the shadows, right? Really cool. We're not finished with the painting, but we're finished with that. With the grass, anyway. All right, let's get our liquid mineral spirits or paint thinner or olive oil or baby oil or whatever you use to make your paint really runny like ink, okay?
Roberta, she said, so true. Tiffany said, I agree.
To what?
To the Neymar thing.
Oh, yeah. Right. You guys please send help when she starts getting older. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm becoming that old.
What am I supposed to do?
You're making me feel old right now. When she gets older, how old am I going to be before I start dating?
At least 37 before you're allowed to date.
What?
You got to be older than me and Mom.
Isn't Mom like 36 or something?
Oh, that's going to look neat. Man, almost like this tree back here looks like if we just took the branch and went up that way. And we could do it. Watch. See? It's destiny.
So you said I can't like anyone until I'm 30 and then I can't get married to nobody until I'm like...
Yeah, you have to stay with me forever.
Okay.
You cannot go anywhere.
I mean, that will be kind of fun because like you can help me pay my bills.
Oh, I can help you pay your bills.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, send help. Please.
Tiffany said, the boys, I have a 15-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah. Well, me and you, same boat, dude. Mine's only 10, but when the boys start knocking at the door and Dad has to answer with his shotgun,
Dad!
it's the truth. I'm going to be like, hey.
Pull up with a shotgun!
I'll be like, what time are you supposed to have her home by? And he'll be like, 7, sir. I'm like, nah, 6:30. I know I told you 7, but now I want it to be 6:30.
Why?
And it's only 6 right now, so you guys better hurry up. Go to McDonald's, come back.
Like, you can have
my little
dinner in the backyard.
my sweet little baby darling, Bailey. I can't imagine
I don't bother you and Mom when you guys go on date nights.
even kissing another boy. Oh my goodness. Bailey kissing a boy. I can't even imagine.
And your boy?
Well, yeah, but that's different.
Tiffany said amen.
Right, Tiff, right. Okay, we need a lot of paint thinner because these brushes I have are very small. And the canvas is very dry, so we need a lot of thinner in order to keep everything you know, depositing onto the canvas itself. That's what that liquid clear is going to help us with. And depending on how thick your branches are, you know, out at the end, your branches have to be thicker in where it matters, you know, in here where it's holding on to the tree. Man, this paint is, the canvas is so dry already. We're not even done painting it, it's already dry. I could literally ship this out with as dry as it is right now. There we go. Nice little details is all we're looking for. Little details, little things, little bends. Bends over here, maybe a piece shot off, maybe this arm went over this way and came down. Right, trying to stay out of your guys' way. Came off that side, another arm came over here. Right? Little pieces, that piece we had got busted. It's broken. Broken little bits. All right, come up here, add a couple details off of this guy. Gotta keep enough on our canvas, on our brush though, in order for it to deposit itself onto this dry canvas. It's gotta be, your brush has to be very wet. There we go. It's looking neat. Looking good in the neighborhood. Man, this thing is so dry, you guys. So dry. And then it makes you want to push harder with your brush, which makes your branches grow much bigger, which isn't necessarily what you want. So, little things happening at the end of these trees. And all those brushes on the bottom, gotta have some on the top. All the different ways it can grow out there, right?
Someone said, Daddy's little girl, our daddy's little girl. Forever, our daughter is 41, but she is still her daddy's girl.
Yeah,
little girl.
I believe it. I believe it.
Deb said, glad you left the doc out. Haha.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could still, I don't know. Maybe I'm a coward. I'm a coward. I didn't want to paint it.
Why don't we make a bet? If we get to 100,000 stars.
Oh, geez. See, then I'm pretentious. Then I'm just a money grab, and I'm not doing it for the love of it anymore, and no one watches Josh's channel, and blah, blah, blah. Little things, little pieces, little branches going everywhere. I really like it, though. It's hard because the paint doesn't want to come off of our brush very easily. But the more paint thinner we use, the more thinner it becomes, and then we get to do that. Now, you guys should know me by now. I don't like a lot of foliage on my trees. So, I think in this guy's instance, he looks great, just a dead bare tree. And the reason I don't like it is because you do all this beautiful stuff in the background, and I know I say you have to cover stuff all the time, but then you gotta go cover it. It's just, it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to do that. So, especially when it's such a beautiful sky like that one, and now we wanna go cover it? Are we out of our minds? With a bunch of foliage. It does help push the mountains and the sky and everything back though. That's 100% true. Mix it a little brown, a little bit of black. Shoot, we can put a little bit of green in there too, it don't matter. All right, gonna overdo it just so it's this little bit of kind of brownish, creamish color. And we're gonna come in and just take that. With these kind of upward swipes, right? The rounded swipes. And we don't need to go all the way to the side. We're not gonna see the total back side of the tree. All right, I don't wanna see his backside. Dad, stop.
Stop.
Stop with the backside talk, Dad. Don't be dumb, Dad. I'm just a dumb old dad.
You're not.
All dads are dumb. My dad was dumb. I was like, oh, Dad, you're so lame. Don't tell him I said that, though. He doesn't watch the show, so he won't see it. But I used to be like, oh, you're so lame, Dad. My God, everyone does it. My parents are so lame. Oh, my. You guys should just see what I have to go through on the daily, right? Or am I the only one in the history of being a human
My
that's ever
friends
said
do it
that.
all the time.
Huh?
My friends do it all the time. Like, they'll come up to me and they'll be like, my parents are so mean. They made me do the dishes yesterday. I'm like,
Like, how does that mean?
you... at
Like,
least
do you live in the house? Then you should do some dishes.
Yeah, exactly. Every dishes every once in a while won't kill you. Like,
Right. It's not gonna kill you, pal.
you're doing your parent, like, you're doing something that will make your parents happy.
Very true.
That's the best thing that you could do.
Very
Instead of
true.
getting
See
yelled
the
at?
morals that I have instilled into Bailey? And it's more that London has instilled into Bailey because
I got yelled at a lot.
London is the smart one in the relationship.
I normally get yelled at because I do dumb stuff.
Well,
But anyways.
that's what kids do though. Kids do dumb stuff. How do you think you learn? By doing dumb stuff and getting in trouble for it. That's how you learn. And they go, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. You know, maybe next time I won't do that. Because I shouldn't have done it this time. You know what I mean? And some kids just never learn. And then they end up in prison. So try not to end up in prison. That's going to make daddy look really bad. Okay? If you end up in prison. Dude, what do you think, B? I think it's
like it.
amazing.
I
really
like
like
it.
it. I loved it. Ever since we did that Sunday seascapes with the big tree, I love these big trees now.
Roberta says beautiful.
Thank you.
Deb says that is does. I don't.
Thank you.
That is does. Tiffany said looks amazing, and that's about it.
Thanks, guys.
And nobody said anything on YouTube.
That's okay. Different little things. You got to be wiggly, right? You don't want to have these straight, overly straight branches. You got to be wiggly a little bit and have them be broken and weird, almost like a lightning bolt coming down. Got to have some strangeness to it. This is when Mommy would say, "Daddy, stop playing with it."
Yeah, stop playing
And
with
just-
it, Dad.
Just sign it and be done. How long did we go for this one? My goodness.
Tori F says
Tori F.
looks awesome, Josh.
Thank you. I think
Because we know another Tori, and I don't want to say.
no, I think it's Troy Fazio. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Tori. Sorry, Troy. Bailey has a bit of my dyslexia. And yeah, it's Troy instead of Tori. Gotta look at the letters, baby. Look at them letters, baby. Just a little bit of highlight on that guy. But yeah, this one turned out fantastic, guys. What do you guys think? Oh, it's so great, Josh. You got so much talent. I love hearing those. They literally never gets old. Like, that is my favorite thing to hear. You're so talented. I know, I'm vain. I said it already. I know. All right, guys, let's put the family in before the canvas is just so dry that we'll have to ship it to someone.
Roberta said, thanks for the video tonight. Awesome as always. Gotta get to sleep.
Yeah, good night, Roberta.
We have a trip to Kentucky and back to Ohio tomorrow. Long day, 6 hours down and 6 hours back.
That's like driving up to go see Grandpa, B.
Yeah. She
6
said,
hours
"Good
there,
night.
6 hours back.
See ya Sunday.
Okay, we'll
Bye,
be here.
Roberta. Love you.
Love you, Birdie.
She said, don't forget the birds.
I got the birds. They're in there. The row birds. Have we hit 2 hours yet?
Let me see.
Man, guys, there's something about this. How many minutes?
It says 1190.
119. How many minutes are in an hour, Bailey?
60?
60. So what's 60 times 2?
1200.
120. You added an extra 0.
Sorry.
So 120 minutes is 2 hours, right?
Roberta did,
I'm sorry for going so long tonight, guys.
Roberta did like a like,
Oh,
like
the thumbs up. Yeah, I forget what those things are called. The people emojis that look like yourself. I forget what they're called too, but
kind of scary sometimes.
Kind of. Bailey's makes her look like she's, you know, like a Colombian woman. It's like you chose the wrong skin tone. You chose like maybe 2 shades darker than you should have been.
Cause I don't like when cause my friends already know what I look like, and
True.
I don't want other people, cause other people that friend me on let's say Snapchat.
Right.
I don't want them to see what I look like.
I feel you.
Like if they're just random
Oh
people.
no, guys, my micro-y brush. Look. Oh.
No.
Garbage. That's why you gotta clean up. Remember to clean every brush. Gotta clean it. All right, one little touch, just so it's different than when Roberta looked at it. There we go. Perfection. The canvas doesn't even want to take any more color. It's like, stop. Stop
Deb says,
it.
always enjoy watching your thanks.
Thank you, Deb.
Are we anywhere close to hitting? And now it says 2 hours on the Facebook thing.
All right. Yeah,
Okay,
we're about.
Know how many,
God dang it, that's too white now.
do you want to know how many stars we have reached today?
Sure.
$14.30.
Holy cow, guys.
I know how to read stars now. It's impressive.
Yeah, right.
I'm actually very shocked at myself.
You guys are teaching Bailey. Look at that. A little bit of the, paper towel just to soak up the over amount of liquid white that was on that one spot.
So we're going to end the live. We have 10 people watching on Facebook. Thank you guys for staying.
Thank you guys, really.
Thank
you for all the stars. Thank you to the YouTube members. Thank you the people that pay, that send the stars, that shop the store, that buy the merch, that buy the paintings, that buy the canvases and the pillows and the prints and the canvas prints and everything, right? So thank you guys. That every purchase helps us buy more stuff so we can keep coming to you with free videos and, not have to go like the Kevin Hill route and do 30 minutes of a video and then you got to pay to see the rest, right? You guys don't want that to happen. No. So go shop the store, paintwithjosh.etsy.com. You can go to everywhere, that there is, I'm on it. So TikTok, Paint with Josh K, Instagram, Paint with Josh K, Twitch, Paint with Josh, YouTube, Paint with Josh, Facebook, Paint with Josh, Twitter, Paint with Josh. I think we're on Cameo. I don't even know. I mean, maybe we have 1,000 phone calls we still have to make on Cameo because people have been trying to get the thing, but I don't have. Maybe it's not even set up. I don't even know. But London wants me to do more sites, and I'm like, babe, I can't.
Buttons. Thank you.
I'm like, I can't do more. I can barely remember the sites that I've got to say out loud, and you want me to do more? My heck! All right. Well, guys, it's been a fan-friggin-tastic. What do we call this day? Friday Night Paints, right? In the red corner, coming in with a sunset, giant mountains, a reflective lake, and a giant foreground tree. Paint with Josh comes in with 100 victories, 0 losses, all right? He's about to destroy the competition.
People keep hitting that like button.
I have too much fun. Oh, no. Now I got to keep going. It's gone. The moment is gone. The moment is gone. I do it at work sometimes. I'll do the... we have a walkie-talkies, right? So I'll come on, I'll have some music playing, I'll click the walkie-talkie and kind of talk it up like a radio DJ. It's really a lot of fun. But, all right, guys, well, we love you. Take care, and, pow! You can catch Bailey off guard. Oh, I'm supposed to hit the buttons. Okay. All right, guys, seriously, have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Without you guys, there is no me. The channel wouldn't exist. I would have stopped painting a long time ago, and Bailey would have had me, taking her out to some place tonight or watching some lame movie that I didn't want to watch. So thank you. I'm happy that you're here, which means I can be here. So until we see you guys next time, which will be Sunday, it'll be the next time we go live, 10 a.m. So 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific is what time we'll go live. And we're going to paint a seascape just right out of my dome somewhere and put it together on the canvas for you, show you how to do it. So until we see you then, you guys take care. Bailey's about to get ready. And pow! Hit the button. Boom! You gotta do the oh, jeez, almost fell. Gotta do the ending noise. Boom!